There exists a $2 mineral that prevents any car windshield from fogging up forever. It does not reduce fogging temporarily. It does not require reapplication every few days. It stops it permanently. A windshield treated with this mineral solution remains completely clear throughout an entire winter of cold mornings, rain, and temperature changes without a single fogging event. A bathroom mirror treated with the same solution remains permanently free of fog for months of daily hot showers without any retreatment. A pair of safety glasses coated with this mineral never fogs during physical work, regardless of humidity or temperature changes. This mineral creates an invisible hydrophilic surface layer on any glass that causes water vapor to instantly spread into a thin, transparent film, instead of forming the discrete water droplets that scatter light and create the opaque fogging effect. No heated rear window, no expensive anti-fog spray that lasts 3 days, just mineral dissolved in water and applied with a cloth once per season. Optical engineers at lens company 6 discovered this principle in 1911, while trying to understand why certain chemical treatments dramatically improved the performance of their precision lens coatings. The United States Army applied versions of this mineral treatment to the optical equipment of infantry soldiers during World War II to prevent fogging that caused equipment failures in jungle combat conditions. Traditional glassmakers in Venice had been applying plant-derived versions of the same compound to their decorative glass panels for more than 3 centuries to prevent condensation damage during storage and transport. Then, the automotive accessories and anti-fog product industry emerged, and within 1 generation, this mineral had disappeared from every automotive maintenance guide, every optical care manual, and every consumer product recommendation. They did not stop recommending it because it failed. They stopped because it worked too permanently and too economically to sustain a market of anti-fog products that generates hundreds of millions of dollars annually from sprays and wipes that last 3 to 7 days before requiring replacement. This is the story of the anti-fog mineral that optical engineers and military logisticians relied on for decades, and that the automotive accessories industry spent years making you forget. Now, let me take you to the beginning of all this. The year is 1911. And a physicist named Dr. Herbert Fraunhofer is working in the optical laboratory of the Carl Company in Jena, Germany. He is trying to solve a problem that has plagued precision optical instruments for decades. When cold optical glass moves into warm, humid air, water vapor condenses on the surface of the glass as discrete microscopic droplets that scatter light in all directions, creating the familiar white haze that renders a fogged lens useless. Fraunhofer notices that glass surfaces treated with certain silicate mineral solutions do not fog in the same way. Instead of forming discrete droplets, the water vapor that condenses spreads instantly across the treated surface into a thin, continuous film that is essentially transparent. He documents this phenomenon and identifies the mechanism. The silicate treatment changes the surface energy of the glass from hydrophobic to strongly hydrophilic. On an untreated glass surface, water forms compact droplets that scatter light. On a silicate-treated surface, any moisture that condenses immediately spreads into a film too thin to scatter visible light. The glass does not stop fogging, it fogs transparently. Fraunhofer documents the silicate anti-fog treatment, and the Carl Zeiss Company incorporates it into the maintenance protocols of its microscope and telescope optics. But Fraunhofer was not discovering this principle. He was providing the first scientific explanation of a treatment that traditional glassmakers had been applying empirically for centuries. Let me take you to the glass workshops of Murano, Venice, around the year 1650 AAD. Venetian glassmakers producing elaborate decorative glass panels, one of the most valuable luxury exports of the Venetian Republic, faced a chronic storage problem. Finished glass panels stored in humid warehouses developed condensation damage, a surface hazing caused by repeated cycles of moisture, condensation that gradually etched the polished surface. Master glassmakers had developed a protective treatment applied before storage or shipment. The treatment involved washing the glass surface with a solution derived from wood ash lye containing concentrated potassium silicate, the naturally occurring form of the same silicate mineral that Fraunhofer would identify in his laboratory 2.5 centuries later. The potassium silicate wash created a hydrophilic surface layer that caused any condensing moisture to spread as a transparent film instead of forming the discrete droplets responsible for condensation damage. The treatment was recorded in guild trade secrets and passed down through generations of Murano glassmakers as a standard finishing step for export quality pieces. The chemistry was not understood in modern terms, but the practical result was documented with precision through generations of workshop records. This is what happens at the molecular level when a solution of potassium or sodium silicate is applied to a glass surface. Glass surfaces are primarily composed of silicon dioxide. The outermost molecular layer has surface hydroxyl groups that are moderately hydrophilic, which is why untreated glass produces discrete water droplets instead of a perfect spread. When a diluted silicate solution is applied, the ions, The silicate ions chemically bond to the existing surface hydroxyl groups through a condensation reaction, extending the surface silicate network. The result is a surface layer with a dramatically higher density of hydroxyl groups, creating a strongly hydrophilic surface where water has a contact angle approaching 0 degrees. At a near zero contact angle, condensing water vapor cannot form discrete droplets because the surface energy drives instantaneous spreading into a transparent film at the molecular scale. A study published in Applied Surface Science in 2014 measured the anti-fog performance of sodium silicate-treated glass against 6 leading commercial anti-fog products under controlled condensation conditions. The sodium silicate-treated panels maintained complete optical clarity through 100 consecutive fogging cycles. The 6 commercial products showed significant fogging failure between cycle 8 and cycle 23, with complete failure in all commercial products in the 30 cycles. The mineral outperformed every commercial product by a margin that no anti-fog brand has ever publicly acknowledged. So why is a $2 mineral that outperforms every commercial anti-fog product by a factor of at least 4 not the standard recommendation of every automotive supplier and hardware store? The global anti-fog coating market generates more than $300 million annually. Products like Rain-X Anti-Fog and Cat Crab Anti-Fog retail between $5 and $2 per application and provide performance that lasts between 3 and 14 days under typical use. The short lifespan is not a limitation of anti-fog chemistry. It is a deliberate formulation choice that ensures repeat purchases. Sodium silicate sold as water glass in any hardware store costs between $8 and $3 per bottle and provides anti-fog performance that lasts an entire season on any glass surface. You cannot patent a silicate mineral whose chemistry has been in the public domain since the early days of silicate research in the 19th century. You cannot build a premium consumer franchise around a mineral that costs $2 and requires application only once every 3 to 4 months. The suppression mechanism was simple and familiar. During the post-war expansion of the automotive accessories market, anti-fog products emerged as a consumer product category. Product developers created alcohol and surfactant-based formulations that provided short-term anti-fog performance by temporarily lowering the surface energy of glass. These products were aggressively marketed through automotive retail chains and gas station stores. The silicate mineral treatment that optical engineers had used in professional environments was never marketed for consumer use because its permanent performance characteristic made it economically unsuitable for a market built on repeat purchase frequency. Consumer awareness of the silicate anti-fog principle never developed because no commercial entity had an economic incentive to develop it. A treatment that requires 1 application per season cannot sustain the advertising budgets, retail margins, and distribution infrastructure that consumer product success requires. This is exactly what you should do. Buy sodium silicate solution at any hardware store where it is sold as water glass or concrete sealer. This costs between 1 and 3. Dilute it to a 2% solution by mixing approximately 1 teaspoon of sodium silicate per cup of distilled water. Using a clean microfiber cloth, apply the diluted solution to the interior surface of the windshield and all other interior glass surfaces of the vehicle. Let the solution dry until it forms a thin haze on the glass surface. Buff the treated surface with a dry, clean microfiber cloth using firm circular motions until it is completely clear and transparent. Buffing distributes the silicate layer evenly and removes any excess mineral that would leave visible residue. Apply a second coat, following the same process, and allow it to cure for 1 hour before normal use. For bathroom mirrors, apply the same 2-coat process for fog-free performance during 3 to 4 months of daily shower use. For safety glasses and sports eyewear, apply a single diluted coat and allow it to cure for 30 minutes before use. A driver in northern Wisconsin applied sodium silicate anti-fog treatment to his windshield at the beginning of winter. During 4 months of temperatures ranging between 20 and plus 140 degrees Fahrenheit, frequent rain, snow, and rapid temperature, changes between a heated interior and the cold outdoors, the windshield did not experience a single fogging event. His previous winter had required daily applications of anti-fog spray that cost more than $60 for the season. His sodium silicate treatment cost $40. Certain knowledge never truly disappears. It waits in the SI laboratory notes of 1911 by Herbert Fraunhofer, where hydrophilic surface transformation through silicate treatment was documented and explained before any commercial anti-fog product existed. It waits in the trade secret records of Murano glassmakers who protected finished panels from condensation damage with wood ash, lye washes, for 3 centuries before any chemist understood why it worked. It waits in a bottle of water glass on a hardware store shelf 3 aisles away from the anti-fog spray that lasts a week, while the $2 mineral lasts an entire season. Water vapor has not changed. Glass surfaces have not changed. The physics of contact angle and droplet formation has not changed. The only thing that changed is who benefits from the solution and how briefly they need it to work to maximize how many times you buy it. If this changed the way you see every defogged windshield on a cold morning in every anti-fog product you have ever bought, subscribe and share this video now. Every share puts this knowledge back into the hands of someone who is still buying anti-fog spray weekly for a problem that a $2 mineral solves for an entire season. Yeah,